In the pulsating heart of K-pop's global empire, where billions of streams and sold-out stadiums paint a picture of untouchable stardom, a shadowy undercurrent threatens to unravel it all. BTS's Jungkook, the enigmatic golden magne, found himself at the epicenter of this storm in 2025 when not one, but two brazen home intrusions shattered the illusion of safety. These weren't mere fan mishaps. They were calculated breaches that laid bare the crumbling foundations of South Korea's celebrity protection mechanisms. As big hit music, now under the HYB umbrella, declared on September 29, 2025, via their Weverse platform, such acts of trespassing and stalking have been escalated to prosecutors, with a resounding pledge of zero tolerance. Yet this declaration, while resolute, masks a deeper malaise. A security apparatus riddled with fatal flaws, from porous physical barriers to leaky digital fortresses, all exacerbated by the relentless pursuit of sasaeng fans, those obsessive stalkers who blur the line between adoration and invasion. That it's June 2025, and a Chinese woman in her 30s hovers at the doorstep of Jungkook's luxurious Yongsan-gu residence in Seoul, frantically inputting access codes in a desperate bid to cross the threshold. She's thwarted, but the psychological scar lingers. Fast forward to August, and the nightmare escalates. A woman in her 40s not only penetrates the perimeter, but infiltrates the property itself. Her movements captured on CCTV, that big hit promptly surrendered to authorities. This second incident occurred chillingly close to Jungkook's birthday, amplifying the sense of vulnerability just as he was settling back into civilian life post-military service. Jungkook, during a poignant birthday livestream on September 1st, 2025, broke his usual composure to issue a chilling warning. "Don't ever come looking for me again, or I'll make sure you're locked up. What's wrong is wrong." His voice, typically melodic and reassuring, carried an undercurrent of raw vulnerability, humanizing the idol and spotlighting the terror that lurks beyond the spotlight. Fans watching the stream noted his uncharacteristic sternness, a clear sign that repeated invasions had eroded his trust in the very fandom that propelled him to fame. Big Hit's response was a masterclass in corporate fortitude. Their Weverse statement cataloged the offenses: lingering near homes, leaking personal data, unauthorized surveillance, all classified as criminal trespassing and stalking, inflicting serious anxiety and stress on artists. They revealed that cases from 2024 had already been forwarded to prosecutors in July 2025 with indictment recommendations, while current probes involve signed warrants for suspects. This zero-tolerance policy extends to defamation and misinformation, forming a legal bulwark against the encroaching tide of privacy violations. But beneath this veneer of action lies a systemic rot that Jungkook's ordeal ingeniously exposes. The agency's swift legal escalation, while commendable, highlights a reactive rather than proactive stance, begging the question: why do these breaches keep happening in an industry flush with resources? At its core, the Korean celebrity security system is a patchwork quilt of high-tech promises and lo-fi failures. Physical safeguards in elite neighborhoods like Yongsan or Gangnam, biometric locks, round-the-clock guards, and AI-driven cameras sound impregnable. Yet, intruders persist, exploiting human error loopholes, complacent staff, insider leaks of entry codes, or even architectural designs that favor opulence over opacity. In Jungkook's August breach, the perpetrator navigated the parking lot undetected, a maneuver fans on X likened to traversing Swiss cheese security, full of exploitable gaps. This is an anomaly. It's archetype. HYB itself has weathered sieges. In May 2024, a man impersonated BTS members to pilfer unreleased tracks and military secrets, landing in prison. By September 2024, an intruder squatted in the HYB building for 3 days via an unsecured entrance. And in March 2025, hackers commandeered Jungkook's data to siphon his stocks, a $9.2 million heist from a $28 million syndicate, underscoring absent multi-factor authentication in celebrity financial protocols. These incidents reveal a glaring disconnect. While K-pop agencies invest millions in marketing and production, security budgets often lag, treating protection as an afterthought until crises erupt. These vulnerabilities aren't confined to BTS. The sasaeng phenomenon, derived from Korean words for private life, represents a cultural pandemic where fans, often aged 13 to 22, invade idols' sanctums with borderline criminal zeal. Historical horrors abound. In 2006, TVXQ's Yunho ingested superglue-laced orange juice from a sasaeng, requiring emergency hospitalization. Actress Yoon Eun-hye endured a water gun assault filled with ink and pepper by a disguised stalker during her baby VOX days. More recently, Blackpink's Jennie faced a fan billboard demanding a date, while Twice Nayeon secured restraining orders against persistent harassers. NCT's Ranjun and aespa's Karina have voiced anguish over similar invasions, with sasaengs hacking passwords, spoofing calls as bandmates, or even embedding cameras in GIFs, like the teddy bear that spied on EXO's Luhan. In 2018, a broadcasting team member installed hidden cameras in hotel bathrooms, targeting actress Shin Se-kyung and others, exposing how even trusted insiders can exploit access. Fast forward to 2024 to 2025, and the threats have globalized. North Korean IT workers, posing as remote employees, leverage AI to infiltrate systems, stealing data, and funding regimes through sophisticated hacks. This cross-border element adds a geopolitical layer, where celebrity data becomes a pawn in international cyber espionage, further straining Korea's already overburdened security frameworks. The digital dimension amplifies these threats exponentially. South Korea's tech-savvy society, with ubiquitous CCTVs and social media, ironically arms sasaengs. Flight attendants leak itineraries for bribes, enabling airborne stalking. One of the boys, sasaeng snapped photos of Hyunjae asleep mid-flight. Dorms are compromised pre-move, IDs traded on shadowy forums, and personal numbers circulated pre-debut, as Wavy Xiaojun lamented in a candid rant. In this line of work, there's really no privacy. Agencies' paternalistic controls, banning phones or dating, foster resentment, while media's voyeuristic appetite for scandals normalizes intrusion. Cyberbullying exacerbates this, with idols facing relentless online harassment that spills into real-world dangers, as seen in the tragic suicides of stars like Sully and Guhara. In 2024, South Korea's suicide rate climbed to 28.3 per 100,000, the highest in over a decade, with entertainers disproportionately affected due to this toxic blend of fame and scrutiny. On X, the backlash boils over. Fans decry HYBE's lapses with hashtags like hashtag HYBE security breach, demanding audits and transparency. One post from its Seslevy 9090 highlights how sasaengs exploit leaked flight info to board planes and harass idols midair. Another, from at Arahaze, notes the escalation. Old sasaengs had too much access. Workers leaked info for bucks. Global voices like at @Freenbecky urge boycotts of stalker content. Sasaeng is about control, not love. Yet, some defend genuine obsession, blurring lines, and perpetuating the cycle. Recent posts from July 2025, such as at Daikon_Korea's update on the Chinese woman's investigation, garnered thousands of engagements, with fans expressing outrage and calls for stricter laws. These digital echoes amplified the real-world crisis, turning social media into both a battleground and a breeding ground for further intrusions. Psychologically, the toll is catastrophic. Idols endure paranoia, as Seoul National University's Kwok Kyung-ju explains. Obsession breeds distorted fantasies, turning affection into self-defense mechanisms for the stalker. Tragedies like Sully and Gu Hara's suicides underscore the mental health crisis, fueled by relentless harassment. Jungkook's plea echoes this, a plea for normalcy in a world where fame devours privacy. The constant fear of invasion leads to isolation, with idols like him reportedly altering routines, hiring additional private security, and even considering relocation. measures that disrupt their already grueling schedules and personal lives. Uniquely, Jungkook's case could spark a renaissance in celebrity protection. Envision a K-pop shield, blockchain encrypted data to prevent leaks, AI-powered sasaeng detectors that scan social media for threat patterns, mandatory fan education programs integrated into concert tickets or apps, and whistleblower protections for insiders who report vulnerabilities. Stricter laws, like the Enhanced Anti-Stalking Act, must evolve to cover digital doxing and international pursuits, perhaps through collaborations with global platforms like X or Instagram. Agencies like HYB could lead with third-party security audits, implementing zero-trust models where even employees undergo continuous verification. Moreover, drawing from 2025's data protection fines, such as the KRW 7.5 billion penalty for a massive user data leak, regulators could mandate AI ethics training and international data transfer consents to combat cross-border threats like those from North Korean actors. Fans, too, play a role. Community-led initiatives like Army's anti-sasaeng campaigns could be formalized into partnerships with agencies, fostering a culture where respect trumps obsession that in the end, Jungkook's ordeal isn't tabloid fodder. It's a clarion call. By dissecting these fatal flaws, from breached bastions to hacked horizons, it demands a reimagined paradigm. One where idols thrive unbesieged and fandom flourishes in respect. As Big Hit thanks supporters, remember, true love safeguards, never invades. K-pop's future hinges on this pivot, from vulnerability to vigilance, ensuring that stars like Jungkook can shine without fear of the shadows. The industry, valued at billions, must invest not just in talent, but in trust, turning this crisis into a catalyst for a safer, more sustainable era of entertainment.